Although Russia has reduced the scale of mass shelling of territory of Ukraine, terrorists continue to shell cities and regions, especially those that are close to the front line. The Russian Federation still has enough bombs for modernization in management. Russia and its propagandists themselves already declare that they are making 1.5-ton bombs with such management modernization. At the same time, the Guardian source reports that the West is preparing for the fact that terrorist Putin will use all the remaining tools to respond to the counteroffensive of the Ukrainian armed forces. Of course, these tools are nuclear threats and cyber attacks. And even now, Kremlin admitted that the occupiers may soon start defending themselves on the temporarily occupied territories of Ukraine. This week, it was officially announced that, firstly, Great Britain handed over 14 Challenger tanks to Ukraine, and secondly, the second German IRIS-T air defense system with missiles and the Patriot air defense system, which can shoot down Russian targets at a distance of up to 150 kilometers, arrived from Germany to Ukraine. Furthermore, the Pentagon published the list of weapons included in the new package of military aid to Ukraine. This, of course, all is necessary, but offensive equipment and vehicles is still needed, given that, according to the information from representatives of the Ukrainian authorities, the Ukrainian armed forces are already conducting counteroffensive actions at some directions. But of course, without full preparation, it is too early to talk about a full-scale counteroffensive. This week, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyi was a bit of an extreme traveler. He visited the border of Ukraine with Belarus and Poland, and then visited Avdiyivka, which is just 4 kilometers from the front line and the positions of the occupiers.
Пане президенте України Верховний Головнокомандуючий, особливо склад для нагородження вишки. Командира туди не збирав танцю.
Бажаю здоров'я.
Avdiyivka, the city that is semi-encircled and that the Russians are storming and trying to take every day. Of course, in the swarms in Moscow, Russian propagandists tried to discredit Zelensky as if it was a stage play, while their bunker terrorist Putin, of course, sent his double, as it allegedly were near the front line too. Although again, the specialists just using photo and scientific and technological progress, that one about which Russians don't know nothing, and found a specific place where Putin was. And it was very, very far from the front line. At the same time, OSINT researchers established that Zelensky was indeed in Avdiyivka. Also this week, on April 20, NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg came to Kyiv and visited our Bucha, and saw all these horrible scenes that Russians did on our lands. Deutsche Welle published footage of NATO Secretary General walking next to the record equipment of the Russians' world's second armed forces on Mikhailivka Square in Kyiv. Well, Ukraine's future is in NATO. All members of the alliance agree on this. And this is Stoltenberg's quote. And no matter what Russian terrorists say. A UFO, a rocket crash, a meteorite. What it was? What else? Yes, everything is getting more and more interesting in Ukraine. And I really recommend you visiting us. On the night of April 19, Russian Terrorist Federation launched a massive attack with Iranian kamikaze drones, Shahed, all over Ukraine. A total of 26 drones were launched. 21 of them were shot down by our air defense system. But in Kyiv, somewhere about 10 p.m., something bright fell down from the sky and an explosion was heard. Only after that, an air siren sounded. At first, it was reported that it was the work of our air defense. Then, local authorities denied this information and remembered that NASA had warned about the fall of their satellite. But this time, NASA themselves denied this information. And of course, accordingly, speculations about us shooting down aliens immediately began to spread on the network and social media. Yes, we Ukrainians have a really good sense of humor. And for my opinion, actually, about aliens, it wouldn't be a bad idea because they can give us weapons. But the next day, the Space Agency of Ukraine dispelled the intrigue and officially confirmed that the flare over Kyiv was caused by the fall of a meteorite from the Lyrid stream, which originates from the plum of comet Patriot. Yeah, strange phenomena are happening, yeah? And still, there are more questions than answers here. Well, this was the main for last week. Glory to Ukraine, to our defenders and partners. Subscribe or stay with us at Yakovlev channel for more news and interesting video about war in Ukraine. Also, we will be grateful for sharing our video.